Word on the street, this G-SHOCK is about to be discontinued. You need to buy it before it's too late. Let's get into it! Yes, and welcome to the Mad Watch Collector Show. Well, it's a call to action. Because if you haven't got this G-SHOCK yet, now's the time to do it. Because I have seen and heard from reliable sources that G-SHOCK are set to discontinue this line, and it's a darn crying shame. Because in my opinion, this is one of the best ever G-SHOCKs they ever made. Still, in my opinion, stands the test of time. And for anyone out there that doesn't want to have to buy G-SHOCKs with Bluetooth connectivity or smartwatch features in general, this tough beast, well, it reminds you of the good old days. I've reviewed this watch. It's been part of my G-SHOCK collection for at least 3 years. And to be honest, I'm really happy to talk about it again. I've put a couple of links in the description below of where I've found it cheapest, but I don't think you're going to be able to find it there for long. So let's show you this beast and let's take you on a tough triple sensor journey that everyone should know about. Are you Tough Watch ready? Let's go! And ladies and gentlemen, obviously I am talking about this bad boy. Look at that. The GW-9400, the Rangeman. G-SHOCK released this all the way back in 2013. And it was a bit of a watershed moment for G-SHOCK, because watches with a triple sensor module you could only find in Pro-Treks. And people were crying out for a tough G-SHOCK that had the triple sensor features. But here we have a tough resin protected G-SHOCK with 200 meter water resistance, with a module that has atomic timing and is solar powered with the triple sensor complication. And when all G-SHOCKs these days tend to look like, I don't know, big round plates and sort of more remind me of the aliens from Batteries Not Included, the sort of designs all sort of merge and look like each other. This one, well, it looked like a Rangeman. This GW-9400 is on the Master of G line. And you know what that means? It gets a cute little character on the case back. Yes, check out the bobcat on this screwed in case back, which to Casio and G-SHOCK signifies agility, awareness, and survival in wild terrain, which pretty sums up the Rangeman completely, doesn't it? But MWC, why do you like it so? Well, yes, the design. It looks like a Rangeman. It has an identity. And I guess I really appreciate the unsubtleness of it. This watch is built to take a literal beating. And I know I did a show about 3 or 4 years ago about the perfect apocalypse watch, which I said the G-Square 5610 was. In all honesty, it's got to be the Rangeman, hasn't it? But putting the features of what this module can do to one side, I absolutely love its usability. Most notably, the buttons. This meat cleaver style pattern on each of these stainless steel pushers are absolutely phenomenal. They are in fact mud resistant. However, unlike my G9000, which I absolutely love, these buttons are an absolute thing of beauty to push in without giving your fingers some pain. 6 phenomenal stainless steel buttons, all with their own purpose and not just there for show. I absolutely love that. I guess 2013 over-engineering, isn't it? Which you can apply to the strap that has a double keeper. What a double one does better than a single one, I don't know, but it just looks tough, doesn't it? The only thing that lets this watch down to some people is the material used to protect the LCD display, which is mineral glass. Premium G-SHOCKs these days are protected using a sapphire, which is very scratch resistant. Was it because mineral glass does not shatter like sapphire? So was that the reason why they put this in? Or was it to cut costs? Judging by the over-engineering of it, I want to believe the first one. What I also love about the watch is the unabashed, in-your-face design, showing you where the special button is. You know, the one that you really just want to poke. The triple sensor pusher. This watch has a module that has an altimeter function, a barometer function, and a digital compass. Plus, providing you give it the right coordinates, the Rangeman can give you the time time of the sunset and the sunrise, which is pretty special. What I also love is the clinging to those early 90s when there was some sort of animation that was on the cusp of being pointless but still cool. When you go through the modes on this watch, the little ring circle in the top left does different things. It counts up in seconds when you're in the time mode. Looks like you've activated an atomic bomb when you're in the stopwatch mode, but each time you cycle through, it does give you this great animation. Something that I probably believe is lost with the younger generation. The backlight is pretty adequate. We have a ice white LED in the left hand side of this display. It's not the greatest, but does a decent job. Another thing I like is when you're in the time screen, you get that barometer reading in the top section of this display. And if the graph is going up, you know that you're having good weather. But if it's going down, it also gives you a prediction when crap weather's coming, which is good when you're thinking about going camping, or if it's bad weather, not.
Could you just click that like button, please? It really helps the channel. Thank you.
Now, the one thing that puts people off this watch, well, it's the size. 55 from left to right, 53 from top to bottom, 18.2 thick, and it weighs in at 93 grams, which is well over 20 grams heavier than a regular G-SHOCK square. You definitely know when it's on your wrist. It's usually not good to wear anything other than a wizard sleeve to help it go over, or no sleeve at all. But this watch is not meant to be covered up. This is a companion for when you're doing extreme things. And I'm not talking about just taking your kids to the park or doing the dishes in an aggressive way. Worn by rangers providing disaster relief and mountain rescue services while working in extreme conditions, from wading through swamps to scaling steep mountains. And in Japan, this watch has certainly helped save lives, being on the wrists of emergency services, and that is a really cool thing. Now, me personally, I think that on my 6.5-inch wrist, it doesn't look too big. I mean, we know it is big, but G-SHOCKs are meant to be big because of all the protection the exterior provides to the module. And obviously, if you've never had a G-SHOCK before, this would not be the one I recommend you wear first. You gotta build up to it. Wear a G-SHOCK square, then maybe a Casio. You will find a newfound love with big beasts. Now, obviously, since 2013, there have been a couple of iterations of the Rangeman. The latest one, the GPR-H1000, offers a hell of a lot. However, like the G Square, with the MIP display I reviewed a couple of years ago, it really wasn't a great experience. Because like this new Rangeman, it had a heart monitor sensor on the back, and for me, just wasn't comfortable wearing. Now, the great thing about these new Rangemans is they have GPS, which is great when you're lost in the wilderness and the only living things to talk to and ask for directions are goats and maybe a couple of horses. And maybe if you are a little bit flustered and you're on the top of a mountain, you could check your heart rate. Those watches, they have to be charged. You've got to charge them, you've got to plug them into the wall. They're not solar powered. And for me, they give me that icky Apple iPhone watch vibe. You can connect them to your phone, get emails, get text messages, which I know for some of you is quite handy. I don't want people to know where I am all the time. Essentially, when you've got it on your wrist, you can be tracked. And when I want to go to a certain shop that the wife don't know about, a watch shop I'm talking about, I don't want to be able to be traced.
Which is why I leave the phone in the car.
That is too modern for me. But the Rangeman represents the good old days, and that's amazing to say because it's 2013. And if you want a G-SHOCK that epitomizes the brand 30 years on from the original design, this is the one to buy. You can still buy this for around £200, which is at least half the price of these new plug-in-the-wall ones. I've heard it on good authority that the GW-9400 is going to be discontinued, or is now unofficially discontinued. If you want one of these watches, get it. Now, obviously, the wife did not like this watch at all. Big, bulky, ugly, looked like a gas mask, and never wanted to see it again. Which, you know, I could definitely see. But this is a watch that basically thinks, I don't give a what you think. I'm here to help this dude or dudette survive extreme conditions and don't want an award for doing it. Yes, Casio Corner is back, and we've got to say a big thanks to Mooey. This is a great shot of a watch I don't think I've ever reviewed. It's the AEQ-110W. Does look a lot like a G-SHOCK, but isn't. Has great symmetry with those 4 pushers, and as we can see, has a 10-year battery life, and is water resistant to 100 meters. This looks like an Anna Digi beauty I need to get into. And Mooey, thanks for tagging me in. If you want to be on the next Casio Corner, all you gotta do, find me on Instagram here and tag me in on one of your Casio posts. Because who knows, next time, the star of the show could be you. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Whoa, get yourself a Rangeman if you haven't already. Trust me, you will not regret it, yeah? If you want a bit more of the Mad Watch Collector channel, we've got a Patreon now. See the shows early, blooper reels, behind the scene footage, private group chat, and get your name credited at the end of every show, like this wonderful team. God, I love this lot. But if I've got you for a few more minutes, and I hope I have, why don't you guys check this puppy out? You'll love it, I tell you what. This, well, anything Casio is cool, huh? Go on. Go on, you'll love it. Go on, click it. Go on. Click it. Click it.